Welcome to Study Session 10, the Group Situation, Part 3. Introduction. This is the last study session on group situation. You have learned the process of group interaction, characteristics of groups used as helping techniques, and the meaning of brainstorming. In this study session, you will learn about the general purposes of groups, advantages and limitations of group work. Learning outcomes for study session. At the end of this study session, you should be able to 1. State and discuss the general purposes of groups. 2. State the advantages in groups. 3. Explain the limitations of group work. General purposes of groups. Many different models of groups exist. As a result, the purposes and stated objectives tend to vary with the group model that is employed. Most group goals, however, would fit broadly within the following taxonomy. 1. Communication. Groups are organized to facilitate improved communication between individuals and subgroups. 2. Learning opportunities. Through sharing of experiences, group members will learn to improve their communication and relationship skills and learn to deal more effectively with their own feelings. Members also learn from each other's experiences. 3. Insight. Groups are formed to increase awareness and self-understanding and to help members solve problems which they have hitherto disregarded or left unfinished. 4. Expression. A group may function as a specialized kind of laboratory where feelings which normally might be a taboo in a conventional social context are allowed and ventilated in a group, thus providing an individual with a meaningful catharsis, free expression of troublesome or painful feelings and release effect. 5. Orientation. A group may also be seen as an orienting device facilitating each member's readiness for individual counseling. Advantages in groups. Groups have special properties as opposed to dyads when used as the medium for personal change. Some of the unique powers of group, according to Lieberman, 1975, include the following capacities. 1. Developing cohesiveness. This is the tendency of the group to generate some attractiveness among the members. The sense of belongingness can motivate the members to stay in the group as a result of the group's support. A group can also provide its members with a feeling of oneness. 2. Controlling behavior. Groups sometimes develop their own rules and standards and provide systems of rewards or punishment for unacceptable behavior within the group. The power of the groups to exert conformity can influence the behavior of group members. Group norms can be developed as shared ideas of appropriate behavior. In social systems, norms influence participants as they try to conform to it. 3. Defining reality for group members. The group exerts some influence on how each member should view himself, the group as a whole, and others in the group. The collection of members in the group adds to meaning or reality of the group. The group provides insight, understanding, and attributes meaning to members' behavior. 4. Inducing and reducing powerful feelings. It has been observed that members in a group may get carried away or experience feelings which they later on are convinced about and are uncharacteristic of them. This potential to stimulate emotionality is regarded as an important quality of groups, which bears on the personal learning or changes which takes place in group situations. 5. Provision of medium for social comparison. There is the opportunity for the members to compare their attitudes and feelings towards individuals within the group and outside the group. Some of the group members may learn for the first time that they can give as well as receive help in a group setting, thus making them feel worthwhile in terms of fulfilling the needs of others. The group also provides members with a medium to experiment and try out new behaviors in an accepting environment. 6. Developing hope in group members. Development of hope is also viewed as a function of the group. Frank, 1961, observed that hope is a factor in change. When group members are afforded the opportunity to listen to the testimony of others who have resolved their problems, they may develop the hope that their own problems can be resolved as well. 7. Facilitating growth. The group provides members with opportunities for growth and development. Members can learn from one another and can add to their own experiences from meaningful interactions with fellow members in the group. 8. Spectatorism. An individual in the group, although quiet and inactive, may still express a sense of having benefited from the group. Limitations of group work. 1. Conflict among group members. In a group situation, one would expect one kind of conflict or the other. Conflict arises because despite the group goals, each member has different needs and values. 2. These differences become evident and produce conflict unless the members repress their individual differences and direct their feelings towards the achieving the group's goal. Conflict also arises when the group faces decisions which are central to it. 4. When a problem demands a single hand and privacy. For example, some personal problems like family, marital, and sexual issues, such problems are better treated in dyads. 5. Furthermore, in a group, there may be some selfish attitude where some members may not want others to contribute or gain from ongoing experience. A member may dominate the group activities, therefore lowering the morale of other members. Finally, decision-making in group situations may take a longer period of time than in dyads. Group member behavior. In group situations, there is some behavior among members that generally helps to facilitate growth or change. Such behaviors include the following. 1. Self-disclosure. Mora, 1964, sees self-disclosure as a primary therapeutic mechanism essential for growth. Self-disclosure is regarded as the explicit communication of information to other members which they are unlikely to acquire unless the person has given it. Self-disclosure is often stressed as a curative mechanism and cathartic event in a group context. Confidence in the group members and the feeling of acceptance by the group members may lead to self-disclosure. 2. Getting and giving feedback. The member's awareness as to how he is perceived by the other group members is regarded as one of the mechanisms leading to change and development in a group setting. It can be rewarding and also afford a rewarding experience to show where one stands and how one is perceived by others. 3. Emotional expression. One of the important elements in change or growth is emotional expression of significant life events and occurrences. The emotional expression could be positive or negative, while letting out of the feelings is regarded as an important change in the individual. The group members need to enjoy the intense feelings of their inner lives and about their relationship with others. 4. Listening. Listening is very important in group interactions. Before any group member can give help or give support to the other members, it is crucial that he listens to the content of discussion and the feeling expressed by other members. Thus, every member of the group needs to be active, attentive, and contributing where necessary to the growth and change of the group. 5. Developing appropriate group norms. Norms in groups may be described as the shared ideas about appropriate behavior in the group. In a group setting, such as group counseling, the norms will be suggested by the leader or formulated by all the members. The group members have to agree that a particular behavior is acceptable or unacceptable before it is considered as a norm. In addition, group members need to be aware of other behaviors that can promote and change in the group. Honesty and responsibility are also important to the group. Therefore, their behaviors, honesty and responsibility, must be emphasized. Relationship between leader and group members. In a relationship between the group leader and the members, there are some of the same elements as in the relationship between parent and child or therapist and patient. The leader must be cautious of using this fact in interpretation of group behavior. In many group situations, for instance, members will resent comparison with either or fellow member, especially when the group involves students. This may bring a conflict, emotional, between group members, and the leader. He must therefore consider whatever role he may feel required to adopt in the group with this fact in mind. He must also understand that the disruptive and cohesive forces also existing in the group are likely to be exhibited through opposition and alliance to the leader, to his topic, to his person, and also to his profession, where it differs from that of the rest of the group. The leader is also expected to provide a model with which members of the group may identify. Such interaction in group situation is concerned mainly with some aspect of human relationship, which is contained within the group. It is also important to bear in mind that in spite of the importance of his position as a group leader and the significance of his contributions, the problems that the group has to tackle cannot be solved by him alone. The leader may suggest solutions, but he cannot impose them on group members. Failure to achieve group goals may have to be tolerated by the leader. The leader should therefore demonstrate an invariably accepting and non-judgmental attitude. Communication and leadership. For the leader to establish structure, it is essential that he fosters communication within the group by providing mechanisms for participation and for the need that members be informed in advance of decisions or action that will affect them. Adaptability to new situations also requires communication within the group. Thus, several ends of effective leadership and group interaction are served by facilitating an exchange of information. The fact that groups continually face new situations which require innovation means that the effective leader, while he may be the resource person in his own right, recognizes the potential merit in the good ideas of others. This is part and parcel of communication. The leader will be willing to listen to new ideas, and in many instances, effective leaders are known for their open door policy in encouraging members to present to them relevant facts and views about situations which require attention. Summary of study session. In this study session, you have learned that 1. Despite the fact that groups vary in their nature and problem of interest, most groups share common objectives. which include communication, learning opportunities, insight, expression, orientation. Advantages in groups as opposed to dyads include developing cohesiveness, controlling behavior, defining reality for group members, inducing and reducing powerful feelings, provision of medium for social comparison, developing hope in group members, facilitating growth, and spectatorism members' behavior. This is the end of study session 10. Thanks for listening.